Hello again, everybody. I'm the Dude 5 back with another video. Today we'll be continuing our walkthrough series of Middle-earth: Shadow of War with Part 2. We are still in Minas Ithil. Real quick, I want to clear something up. I think there was something I said in my last video pertaining to how many elf shots you can hold. It has nothing to do with skill progression through the ranged skill tree in your abilities. The amount of elf shot you can hold depends on the bow that you have equipped. So the bow that I currently have equipped allows me to hold 5 elf shots. There are other bows that allow you to hold more. More is not necessarily better depending on the bow. Different bows have different abilities that might be worth having less elf shot. It all depends on your playstyle. Personally, I like having more elf shot and consuming as little focus as possible. That's just my opinion. But, you know, this game kind of allows you the option to maybe hold on to certain looted items for later, and most of what you'll obtain later in the game is largely upgradable, so it all depends on what you kind of want your loadout to be. Shadows of the Past. Discover Celebrimbor's ancient storehouse and explore the memories of his past struggles with Sauron.
If anywhere in Mordor is safe from Sauron, it is barrows like these. Reminders that even the Dark Lord's reach extends only so far. In a bygone age, my army marched on Mordor. We buried our honored dead in barrows like this one. Our greatest warriors are preserved here, protected by powerful magic. And we used all our arts to bring the virtues of the elves with us as we marched.
And you had the One Ring.
Yes. And with it, I forged an army. I led the charge against Sauron.
Elven Rage. Kill enemies to gain wrath. When your wrath meter is full, you press L3 and R3, both sticks together at the same time, to unleash Elven Rage. During Elven Rage, repeatedly tap square to kill grunt orcs, aim at an enemy captain with the left stick, and hold square to do massive damage to him. You also have unlimited might and elf shot for the duration of Elven Rage. Elven Rage is a pretty fun skill. It drains rather quickly, so if you're trying to get like a lot of kills or do a lot of damage to an enemy captain in a short amount of time, you really got to be careful and time your attacks very well. Depending on certain skills that you purchase throughout the course of the game, there are certain skills you can purchase that will unlock Celebrimbor side missions, and each of these side missions have 3 scoring tiers. One will give you, like the bronze tier will give you like experience, gold tier will give you a certain gem, and then I believe silver tier will always grant you a skill point. So if you're pretty good at, you know, each aspect of these games, you should be able to breeze right through each of these Celebrimbor side missions, and it's a good way to rack up skill points because you definitely need a lot of them if you want to try to purchase most, if not all, of the abilities in the game. And I mean, the more abilities you purchase, the more powerful you become. It's just absolutely overpowered. However, some of these side missions can be a bit of a challenge. So some of them might require you to practice at them a bit, or go and reattempt them several times before you're able to get all of the achievements unlocked on each one. So, but they are a good way to farm skill points if you're hurting for it. And I know it sounds kind of bad, and I know a lot of people are upset that microtransactions found their way into this game. Not so much in the interest of having more powerful orcs and boosts from war chests, but mainly the further you progress in this game.
The new ring, our ring, is not marred with his shadow. It is perfect.
So the further you progress in this game, you kind of level up a little slow playing as Talion. I mean, your character, he doesn't level up as fast as he kind of needs to, because the more regions you get to, the higher level that the captains are, and you aren't able to dominate captains that are higher level than you. So you really won't have to spend too much money, probably like 10 to 20 bucks at most. Buy some gold as a microtransaction from PlayStation Store, or Xbox, whatever you're playing on. Buy some gold. Not you don't have to buy a lot, but just buy some gold from your online gaming store for this game, and pick up some XP boosts from the market. Each XP boost lasts 2 hours. And so what you can basically do is you can do whatever you want. Activate, once you get an XP boost, to activate it, and you can go XP farming, you can go kill captains, you can go dominate captains, complete nemesis missions, but the most effective use of your time is, if you have an XP boost active, you're going to gain the most experience from playing story missions, like main story missions. And so I did it later in the series here, but I just want to tell you guys ahead of time. If you're having a hard time leveling after, like, once you reach Act 2 and keep progressing further, you will have a bit of a hard time leveling up enough to dominate higher level and more powerful captains for your army in each region. So like I said, maybe spend about 20 bucks on gold, buy a few XP boosts and some war chests if you want. But then once you have as many XP boosts as you want, activate them, and then just grind the story missions. Whether you're playing it, by yourself for fun, or whether you're doing a series on it like me, it's just a really helpful way to make sure you grind up your levels fast. And the max character level in this game is 60. So, just a little tidbit of information. Also, real quick, each barrow in each region has an Ithilden door, and in each region there's usually about 6 Ithilden runes to find. And once you find all Ithilden runes in each region, they're all separate, but once you find all the Ithilden runes in a region, you can go to your barrows and find the Ithilden door in your region, and it'll give you a little poem puzzle solver to figure out in order to unlock special gear. This one I'm just going to give to you. It goes like this. In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie, we bear our banners aloft. Boots like drums, our cadence quick, our countenance dire. For who in this dark, dream-haunted land dares resist the righteous flame of wrath and doom themselves to despair and death? So it goes shadow, drums, cadence, land, wrath, and doom. that should be the poem for Minas Ithil. I was having a hard time figuring it out, and I kind of wanted to show it. I wanted to show what it would unlock in this video, but I was having a hard time figuring out, so I just kind of decided to do it later. But each time you solve these poems in each region, it will unlock special Celebrimbor loot, like gear set that you can equip, which is really awesome. So we're just going to go ahead and do the next story mission here.
There's no time. We can only take the most valuable.
We're taking everything.
Indre, sacrifices must be made.
We will not sacrifice our past to fear.
Oh there. Who are you?
Baranor, this is the Ranger I was telling you about.
You've spilled much blood for Minas Ithil. We don't even know your name.
Talion.
Gondor thanks you, Talion. But we need all warriors at the gate.
Well, the Uruks seek the Palantir. They will not stop until it is theirs. Where is it?
My father has hidden it.
There's nothing safe, hidden or otherwise. The Uruks will tear this city apart to find it.
These are desperate times. But we will not surrender, and we will not fall. We cannot.
Defend the gate. To the gates, quickly!
Let's go kill some orcs, guys.
I will not let this city fall.
So yeah, they, Bethesda and the developers, I don't know if it was Bethesda. No, it wasn't Bethesda, it was Monolith. Monolith, the developers of Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, they greatly improved upon story aspects and just gameplay mechanics. And they took Shadow of Mordor and they just greatly improved every aspect of it. This is a fantastic, phenomenal game. I think it's probably yet again another contender for Game of the Year. I know Shadow of Mordor was very well received, and there were just a few things about Shadow of Mordor that I didn't like, and I've already voiced my opinions on it in my review in the final part of my Shadow of Mordor series, on what those improvements were.
There'll be more. We have to find out what we're dealing with. This way.
Or what those improvements needed to be, you know. But yeah, this game, so far, I know we just started it, but I've been playing ahead, recording, just to make sure I have, you know, my episodes ready to go. So far, this game is just incredibly well-rounded. It's epic, it's intense. Everything about it is improved from Shadow of Mordor, and I'm loving it so far.
The city can't take much more. I'll handle the siege beasts.
Baranor and I can manage here.
Talion, we must commandeer one of the siege beasts.
This is probably one of the most fun parts of any mission I've played so far in this game. Dominating these siege beasts and then just going on a destructive rampage. It's fun.
I've got it! I'm gonna find that! Shooting those explosives should subdue the beast.
That hurt.
Let's see what this thing can do.
Here they come. Another siege beast is in range. Destroy it.
You gotta kind of aim your shots ahead of your target, because the fireballs do take a little bit of time to travel. But otherwise, it's fun just taking out humongous groups of orcs. I wish I could take a siege beast with me. It's so much fun.
Take it with us. It's a formidable weapon.
Sorry, beastie. Gotta kill you.
We must move quickly. This should help.
Get tired of things snaking about.
And yet another fun ability to make this game even more entertaining, just elf dancing between buildings. It's a nice little double jump effect. You never got a double jump in Shadow of Mordor. This essentially acts as a double jump, and it's really great for traversing large spaces.
Then it will only be a matter of time till they find the Palantir.
I was thinking of Gollum. I know what to do here.
I exploded your asshole.
More attackers. These hordes are endless.
Sauron's armies have grown massively. A conventional victory against him will not be possible.
Time for
We
all
must
you
secure
orcs
the
to go
Palantir.
explode. I'm not entirely sure if these siege beasts end up going after you if you end up not taking them out. I'm pretty sure they probably will. But I killed them before they even got the chance, so I don't know.
Push them back. For now.
Another attack will surely follow. We should return to the upper city. Check on Indre and the others.
It's not enough for them to destroy us. They wish to wipe away our history.
At least they don't have the Seeing Stone.
The gates are holding.
These relics were my life. My father was right. We must salvage what we can and leave.
You have a valuable weapon. The Seeing Stone gives you sight over your enemy. Use it.
It is too dangerous. The Palantir is poison to men. None can withstand its influence.
I can.
Men before you have thought the same.
And if I'm wrong, I will fail as they have failed. But if I'm right, we win this war.
Then I will find my father and speak to him.
She will hold you to your oath, Ranger.
Ah, so close to leveling up. But no cigar.
You put a lot of trust in her.
Give her time. Until then, we should return to Shelob. I need more answers.
So, without spoiling too much, I think it's kind of ironic that Minas Ithil is like right around the corner from Cirith Ungol, and Shelob resides in the passes above Cirith Ungol. So it kind of makes you wonder just what part Minas Ithil plays in the story. Hintity hint hint. And that just talks about outposts and killing captains and outposts, and in each outpost there's certain action you have to perform to draw out the enemy captain. So far I've had no such luck. Trying to get 5 stealth kills in under a minute is kind of tough. And since we're in a new region now, we have 3 high deer that we have yet to unlock. I'm like a sliver away from another skill point. Come on. It's ridiculous. That's why I said the XP boosts really do help. Because instead of just getting like so close to leveling up, but not yet, like you have to do something else to gain more experience, usually you're leveling up at least once, maybe even twice, depending on the story mission and how much XP you get. Gollum, you ballsy motherfucker. Olaghai are tough combatants with powerful attacks. They will defeat your attempts to vault them. You can dodge around them or through their legs. They can be stunned with a charged headshot and by countering them with circle when you see the icon flash. While they're stunned, you can also mount them by holding R1 and stabby them in the back. Headshot.
Gollum? And why would you save me?
I wasn't talking to you, stupid ranger.
He is working for the spider.
No. The dark watches over Gollum. Gollum watches over Bright Master. Bright Master kills the Dark Lord.
And the spider pulls the strings.
We share a common enemy in Sauron. And you can't always choose your allies. Lead on.
Come, Bright Master.
Stupid Bright Master. We don't like the filthy ranger. We like the Bright Master.
War trolls. They're smarter, faster, and
Ranger smells like
Sauron's
duty.
more powerful than ever.
I was wondering if Gollum would have a part to play in Shadow of War. I mean, I could have probably guessed. I mean, it's a Middle-earth, it's a Lord of the Rings type game. Obviously, you gotta have Gollum somewhere in there.
The last time I saw you.
But he played more of a pivotal part in Shadow of Mordor. I'm just wondering how much of a part he'll play in this sequel.
It's yet to be seen.
Gotta say though, I've never seen Gollum like openly viciously attack like larger enemies. Like orcs and goblins are about the same size as him, and hobbits too. So I mean, usually Gollum only goes after prey that are around about the same size or smaller. But that is the first time I've seen him jump on something like an Olog High.
I know why you are here.
Return what you have stolen.
Silence, Ringmaker. You forget yourself. Stolen. You begged me to have it. And what of you, Talion?
I am here for Minas Ithil.
You seek to save it. Even though it may already be lost.
There must be a way. There is truth in your vision. Grant me another.
To what end? For knowledge? To dominate?
Oh, I bet you'd like to be dominated, wouldn't you?
Oh, you don't have to tell me. Here is your truth.
You want to move up the ranks, you got to kill. You want to get noticed, kill a pink skin. The bigger the target, the higher you rise.
Indre. She dies.
Many will pass before Sauron is defeated.
This knowledge can guide our hand. If we kill this assassin, perhaps this future will not come to pass. She can be saved.
She will live or die with honor, and it will not shift the tide of war. It is Castamere who must be protected. If he falls victim to this assassin, we will lose the Palantir.
You found him precious? For the Bright Lord. We go to Kirith Amrod. Yes, we'll find the nasty assassin.
Oh, Shelob, can I please have sexy times with you?
The assassin must be stopped. Gollum, you know where to find him?
And there again we see kind of like the relationship between Talion and Celebrimbor isn't always an easy one. Celebrimbor always sees the larger picture, especially now that they're trying to, you know, essentially command their own army with the new Ring of Power in order to counter the forces of Sauron and ultimately defeat him. What they don't know, what they fail to realize, is the only way Sauron will ever truly be defeated is if the One Ring is destroyed. Because, like Celebrimbor, Sauron, and also with the help of Celebrimbor, sealed a part of themselves. I mean, if you think of the One Ring of Power kind of like a Horcrux from Harry Potter, Sauron forged a bit of himself, a bit of his own soul, if you will, into the One Ring of Power. And so long as that ring exists, so will he. He will be able to survive and continue to live on, and he will never truly die. So the same concept essentially applies. Not all entirely the same, but it's very similar when you think about it. So that's what they fail to realize. They think, you know, essentially Sauron is kind of like a wraith, and like the wraiths, Sauron is tied to the One Ring. If he dies, they die. That's why the wraiths keep coming back. You know, they never truly die until their master dies. But Celebrimbor is always usually able to see the larger picture of the situation, while Talion is still emotionally tied as a human and as a captain of Gondor. He's still tied, you know, to those things. And he can't just ignore them because it's a part of who he is as a person, while Celebrimbor is a all but limitlessly powerful wraith who wants revenge against Sauron, and he's willing to do just about anything to get it. But he knows at the same time that he kind of needs Talion in order to exact his revenge, so he's kind of using him, but at the same time, they know that it would benefit them both more to work together in exacting their revenge than it would be to go against each other. And so I'm wondering if there will be a point in this game where Talion and Celebrimbor have it out. I think it might be a little one-sided because Talion needs Celebrimbor in order to survive, or he at least needs the One Ring, the new ring of power. So I don't think they'll end up fighting each other. They might. They usually just kind of argue with each other, but they never like full-on fight each other. And I think if they did, it would be a little one-sided, because Celebrimbor would kind of have to either take Talion from the inside, or he'd have to leave Talion in order to try to physically fight him, in a sense, but that really wouldn't work, because then Talion would keel over and start to die. The only reason why Talion is able to come back from death and walk between the worlds of death and life is because of Celebrimbor. He's kind of banished from death, so when he dies, he's walking in the Wraith world. But he can't be seen, because technically he's dead, but technically he's not. His spirit, his soul hasn't moved on to that next life, whatever that may be in Tolkien lore. But technically when Talion dies, he just is banished to the Wraith world, like Celebrimbor. And the only way he's able to physically come back is bonding with the Wraith.
The ceramic and the style of decoration is a sort unknown to me or anyone I've shown it to.
So Gondorian artifacts are kind of like the artifacts that you're able to find in Shadow of Mordor. Each one gives a little audio clip to play. And Idril will narrate kind of the history of some of these artifacts of Gondor and Middle-earth and stuff like that. So it's just cool little lore type stuff.
The Easterlings, stranger even than the Haradrim of the south,
but just as vulnerable to entreaties from Sauron.
I found another Uruk. He hasn't been dead long. We're getting closer.
Closer and closer. We will take you to where the next one is. Stupid orcs never see Gollum. We sneaks around, and we hear so many things.
Every ghoul in Mordor! Stay there! I'll crush you!
Wait. Orcs are coming. Hide.
He's terrified of Morgoth dies. Everyone knows us apart when it says the glob who's afraid of spiderlings. Never should have told you. Somebody sneak.
Can't stealth attack an Olog High. Tried it. Doesn't work. Wish you could. I think even, you know what, I think there even might be an ability. I think I might have already purchased it where I'm at in the game, but I think there might be an ability that allows you to stealth attack Olog High. I'm not entirely sure. I know there's an ability that allows you to freely dominate Grunt Olog High, I think. But I wonder if there's an ability that allows you to stealth kill Olog High. Like, jump on their back and stab them in the head. I think that's essentially all you gotta do. I will say, killing Olog High with executions is fun. Because there's additional animated effects. Like, once you, like, execute an Olog High, you kind of, like, dodge around them, slash their back, their gut, and then cut off their arm, making them bleed out, and then you stab them in the chest. And they're a bigger enemy. They take more to kill than regular orcs and uruks. I think the difference between orcs and uruks, essentially, uruks are a subspecies of orcs. And I know there's probably a lot of confusion between uruks and uruk-hai. Like, Olog High, they essentially explained, they're kind of like mini trolls, essentially. But they're immune to sunlight. Like Uruk-hai, they're essentially more skilled and versed in combat. They're more brutal. They're stronger than normal orcs, and they have the ability to travel in sunlight. Whereas normal orcs and uruks, I don't essentially think they're like abnormally weak to sunlight, but they can't stand sunlight. They can't stand any light, any bright light. So essentially, you know, orcs, uruks, uruk-hai, they're all pretty much the same thing, essentially. But orcs are a tortured and mutilated form of elves, and that's how orcs came into being. And then from there, the different subspecies of orcs were created in Middle-earth. And I think they're either kind of born traditionally, or they're just kind of born from the earth, given the right circumstance. So this assassin here, I'm gonna exploit one of his fears, and he is deathly afraid of Morgai flies. He's dazed. I kind of like the fact that with strengths and weaknesses now in Shadow of War, in Shadow of Mordor, if a captain had or war chief had a weakness, it would always make them flee in terror. But in Shadow of War, if they have a fear, or if they have a fear or weakness, instead of making them flee in terror, instead of making them flee in terror, it dazes them and allows you to continue to attack them more rapidly.
Let's hope his death has changed what Shelob saw from Minas Ithil.
Minas Ithil will go the way of all flesh. We only need the Seeing Star.
How much of your soul was lost in that ring?
The Dark Mistress will be pleased.
So yeah, the only time a captain or war chief will flee in terror is if they have a legitimate fear listed in their strengths and weaknesses that says this person will flee in terror because of this. We unlock the ability to give death threats to captains, and what this will do is you issue a death threat to a captain, it'll create a certain nemesis mission, you follow up and kill the captain or war chief in that nemesis mission, it'll grant you more powerful gear. So,
customers should be safe for now.
But the siege of Minas Ithil continues.
that'll do it for this video, guys, this episode of Shadow of War. I want to thank everyone so much for watching. My name has been I'm the Dude 5. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell icon for notifications of future content. There will be plenty of it with Shadow of War and other games. Also, check out my friend Night the Wolf on YouTube. I'll provide a link on screen to his channel. Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell icon for notifications. Also, anyone subscribe to my channel, a Destiny 2 player for PS4. Looking for a clan to join? Check out Body Body No Pants Party. I'll provide a link in the description to Bungie.net so you can search up Body Body No Pants Party. And those of you with smartphones and tablets, download the Discord app, search the clan name, and then get in touch with the admins, follow instructions to be inducted into the clan straight away. Again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and as always, stay classy. I will see you all out there in the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie.